Good evening, and welcome to Indiana Farmers Coliseum. My name is Amanda Giordano. My colleague Hannah Dwyer and I have been honored to serve as senior class sponsors this year. On behalf of the class of 2025, the administration of Noblesville Schools, and the administration and faculty of Noblesville High School, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our 150th commencement ceremony. Thank you for attending this evening in support of the achievements of the class of 2025. To best honor our graduates, the class of 2025 requests the following. Please turn off all cell phones and any other electronic devices that might cause distractions. Please direct your attention to the program that recognizes all graduates, including those with special diploma recognition and GPA recognition. The class of 2025 desires to present diplomas consistently and efficiently. Thus, the class respectfully requests that you please control your reactions and responses for each graduate as he or she receives a diploma. The class requests this so each graduate's name is clearly heard and for each to receive the proper and deserved recognition during this ceremony. NHS Sports Media is here to take pictures of each graduate receiving his or her diploma and exiting the stage. Information for the purchase of tickets or for pictures from tonight's ceremony will be sent out following the ceremony. Finally, we ask that all family and friends please wait until all of the graduates have left the arena before beginning to exit. Graduates will be exiting the arena's east end and proceeding back into the Champions Pavilion to pick up their actual diplomas before leaving. We ask that family and friends meet graduates after they exit the Champions Pavilion. At this time, we ask that you stand. Please remain standing as we begin our ceremony with the entrance of administration and faculty members, followed by the class of 2025 and the processional introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, the administration of Noblesville Schools and the administration and faculty of Noblesville High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2025. this time, you may now be seated as I would like to introduce our Student Body President, Marjorie Lambert, and Student Body Vice President, Victoria Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in celebrating the class of 2025 this evening. We would like to take a moment to recognize members of our armed forces. At this time, if you are a member of the class of 2025 or a member of the audience and you plan to serve, are currently serving, or are a veteran who has previously served our great nation, please stand at this time.
We thank each of you for your selfless service and sacrifice for our nation. At this time, will everyone please stand and join them for our national anthem, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good evening, class of 2025, families, friends, faculty, and staff. Today is a day of immense joy, pride, and reflection. It marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and growth. As we gather to celebrate this milestone, we honor not only our achievements, but also the support of those who have guided us along the way. Now, I stand before you not just as your principal, but also as a proud father. That's right, my daughter Olivia is graduating tonight. And let me tell you, nothing builds a stronger father-daughter relationship than being the principal of your daughter's school. Or in Olivia's case, enduring 4 years of me waving at her in the hallway while she perfected the ancient teenage art of pretending she didn't know me. I thought I was being supportive. She thought I was being a dork. It's been a journey. I've had the unique opportunity to watch this class grow from wide-eyed kindergartners excited about school to wide-eyed freshmen who got lost trying to find their second period class, and to seniors who somehow still got lost trying to find their second period class. That has been something special. Seniors, you made it through hallway gridlock, fire drills in the rain, the group projects with that one person who didn't do anything. You turned in essays at 11:59 p.m. like it was an Olympic sport. You napped in class because your after-school events didn't end until after 10. You filmed TikToks in the bathroom. You convinced teachers that the Wi-Fi cutout was a legitimate excuse for late work. You've witnessed more history than the textbooks will even try to cover. You survived a pandemic, virtual school, more Zoom meetings than any human soul was meant to endure. You made it through senioritis in full bloom, group chats more dramatic than The Bachelor, and surviving when the cafe ran out of General Tso's chicken. Through divine intervention, caffeine, or your friend who actually read the directions, you made it. And now let's take a moment to acknowledge both the official and unofficial highlights of this class. Officially, you're one of the most decorated classes in the history of Noblesville High School in all areas, including athletics, music, drama, academics, community service, and total scholarships. Oh wait, unofficially, there was the senior skip day, which definitely did not take place at Kings Island. It was just total coincidence that the senior attendance dropped by double digits and everyone came back sunburnt, smelling like funnel cakes. Totally normal Tuesday. And let's not forget homecoming, that magical night where some of you showed up, saw the number of freshmen in the gym, and left after 14 minutes. As a class, you have amazed us because you've shown resilience, you've shown creativity, you've shown leadership, you become thoughtful, passionate, and insightful people. And yes, even with all that, I spent 4 years wondering how this class keeps losing their iPads. But I've also seen what you're capable of when you care. Now you're heading out into the big, confusing, overpriced adult world, where rent is ridiculous. Entry-level jobs require 5 years experience, and you have to Google how to fold a fitted sheet. Sorry, Mom, still can't do that yet. But you are ready. You've proven you can handle anything. So go out there, be bold, be kind, and maybe, just maybe, check your emails every now and then. Take pride in how far you've come. Celebrate the fact that you never gave up. Remember the friends that helped you cram, the teachers who pushed you farther than you thought you could go, the lunches where you had to find another chair because yours mysteriously disappeared while you were in line. As you move that tassel and reflect on the last 4 years, please know, we are proud of you and you did it. And Olivia, sweetheart, you survived high school with your dad as the principal, and if that's not resilience, I don't know what is. Congratulations, class of 2025. Go make something of yourself so we can all brag about you in the years to come. Thank you. With that being said, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge those students who have received cum laude honors. Noblesville High School recognizes students with high academic achievement based on a Latin honors system. Students are awarded white, silver, and gold cords based on their cumulative GPA at the end of their 7th semester. The class of 2025 had 383 students, or just over 45% of the senior class, who have received honor cords. Students receiving these cords are listed in the graduation program and will be recognized in groups. Our cum laude white cord is awarded to students with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.74. Will the students who have earned a white cord please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. Our magna cum laude silver cord is awarded to students with a GPA of between 3.75 and 3.99. Will the students who have earned a silver cord please stand? You may be seated. Our summa cum laude gold cord is awarded to students with a GPA of over a 4.0. Will the students who have earned a gold cord please stand and be recognized? You may be seated.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our first student speaker, Sylvia Vanette. While at Noblesville, Sylvia competed for 4 years on the color guard and was a featured soloist. She also served as a primary student dance choreographer. This past year, Sylvia was a section leader for the marching band and dance captain for their winter season. Sylvia will be attending Indiana State University in the fall, majoring in pre-occupational therapy with a minor in massage therapy.
Hello, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. I'm coming to you today with the freedom of a graduating senior with nothing else left to prove. Senior year does have you doing things you wouldn't normally do, like speaking at graduation when you're not even the type to speak to your teachers. This school year, I feel I regained something I thought I lost a long time ago, so here's the story. Picture me on the first day of 6th grade. My front two teeth are about a mile apart, I have freckles all over, and I appear a shade of red because I refused to wear sunscreen all summer. A week prior, I went to Target or Meijer with my mom to get some things for the new school year. And I decided that this year I'm into unicorns. I grabbed everything pink and sparkly, but my favorite thing was a unicorn pencil case. A standard case in light gray, but the star of the show was a big unicorn on the front pocket with a bright yellow felt horn. I got in there, and before the first bell had the chance to ring, I realized that all my classmates seemed to have grown up over the last 2 months, and I'm the only girl who's still into unicorns. Suddenly, I feel exposed, I feel alone, and I feel different about that unicorn pencil case than I did the night before, when I was neatly packing it in my backpack. Now, I realize there are much bigger problems than slightly immature school supplies, but at the time, this was detrimental. So, I started hiding my unicorn. I put it on the floor, under my arm, or I flipped it over so the magic was face down on the desk. Finally, about halfway through my 6th grade year, I took my safety scissors and cut off my unicorn's horn. I guess I thought that liking a plain horse would be more palatable for my peers, or that watering myself down could save me the all-consuming embarrassment of social rejection. I can assure you that no one in my 6th grade class remembers my unicorn pencil case, because I couldn't tell you what any of theirs looked like. But I spent so much time and energy into hiding my unicorn, and I never even stopped to think about if I still liked my pencil case. The truth is, we've all changed ourselves in some way to conform socially, and in almost every case, it does nothing but hold us back. More recently, almost 2 years ago today, my big sister spoke at her own high school graduation. It was the summer between my sophomore and junior year, and I remember being in the audience secretly thinking, this is so cringe. How is she up there? How is she doing this? But I see now that Sienna never hid her horn. My sister has always been a unicorn. And because of this, she was able to stand on this stage for 4 minutes and address her class of 2023 bravely. So, as the class of 2025 heads off to the greener pastures of our future, I'd like to invite us all to be unicorns. Our futures are ours to mold. I think we can all agree on that today. But I would like to urge you to make your futures authentic. Keep your horn, have the strength to be yourself, and never hide what can make you magical. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next speaker, Lily Farazi. While at Noblesville, Lily was involved with the school newspaper, The Millstream, as a photo editor. She also worked with broadcast staff for the Noblesville High School. Lily was also president of the Indiana High School Press Association. In the fall, Lily will attend the media school at IU Bloomington.
Okay, well, first of all, congratulations, Millers. We made it, finally. Today is a moment we have dreamed about, worked for, and sometimes wondered if we'd ever reach. But here we are. And while this moment is filled with joy and celebration, it is also a moment of letting go, a moment of stepping forward into the unknown. When I was a freshman, I had no idea what I wanted to be, not only in my career, but who I wanted to be as a person. I started out as a fluffy-haired, insecure-haired girl in show choir, and I now find myself looking in the mirror and I see a resilient young woman just how I look at my peers, some I've known since kindergarten. And I've had the honor to witness so much talent, intellect, and community from Noblesville schools. I think the reason so many brilliant people come from Noblesville is because of the faculty that dedicates their time on and off the clock to make sure their students are seen and heard. An educator in particular I would like to acknowledge is Mr. Joe Akers, the teacher that introduced me to the rest of my life. I was a sophomore in his honors English class, and he asked me if I would join the school newspaper, Millstream. Through the potential he saw in me, I slowly began putting the pieces together of my passion. I fell in love with photography and journalism, which has given me opportunities I wouldn't have dreamed of 4 years ago. Through the journalism programs at our school, I am also able to witness and document the successes of my peers and the accomplishments they make. like the girls' soccer team taking home state or the theater department being Indiana state champs, and students who have a drive to make Noblesville High School what it is, a community. I feel excited and ready to grow into the person I'm becoming, but I'm also scared. Growth is a funny thing. It doesn't always feel good when it's happening. It feels like losing parts of yourself you thought you needed, like outgrowing places, people, and even versions of yourself that once felt permanent. And sometimes it feels like the world is trying to hold you back, like the voices of doubt, whether from yourself or others, are too loud to ignore. But looking around, we are proof that growth is worth it. That even when something told us we weren't enough, we became more. That even when we thought we couldn't make it, we did. Growth is not about proving people wrong, it's about proving to yourself that you are always capable. Now we stand on the edge of something new. It's tempting to hold on to the comfort of familiar faces, to the security of routine, to the version of ourselves that fits so well into this chapter, but life is not meant to be lived in one place or one moment. It is meant to move forward as a collection of everywhere you've been, every person you meet, every experience, good or bad, to create the everlasting, ever-evolving collage that is you. As we face what's ahead, we might find ourselves questioning if we're ready, if we'll be okay. But as American poet Mary Oliver reminds us in her poem, Wild Geese, the wild geese high in the clean blue air are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. It calls out to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Like wild geese, we too are heading somewhere guided by an inner sense of direction, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Allow yourself to be harsh and exciting and embrace the endless possibilities of the world around you. Embrace the loneliness of growing up and the doors it opens up to be authentically yourself. Letting go of what you thought you once knew doesn't mean that you're forgetting. Memories and connections are like fleeting stars. Their sparks burn bright, then fade until it's just an echo in our lives. In the absence of familiarity, learn to dance with silence, find beauty in stillness, and the strength of solitude when stepping into the unknown. So as we leave here today, let us not be afraid of what's ahead. Let us not shrink ourselves to fit into spaces we have outgrown. And let us not fear the unknown simply because it is unwritten. We are not the same people who first walked through these doors, and that is the greatest gift of all. So as wild geese, we will migrate where we need and find our way home when it's time. Congratulations, class of 2025, we made it. With every ending comes a new beginning, and today we begin again. Thank you.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next speaker, Vaibhav Patel. During his time at Noblesville, he served as president of the Asian Student Union, chair of Noblesville Mayor's Youth Council, vice president of Bring Change to Mind, leadership board of Miller Mentors, and a member of the Superintendent Advisory Council, Key Club, Big Future Ambassadors, and National Honor Society. This year, he served as senior class president. Throughout his high school career, Vaibhav has been a part of student government for all 4 years. Vaibhav has been accepted into Johns Hopkins University, where he will continue his academic career, double majoring in neuroscience and psychology while minoring in bioethics.
Thank you, Yadi. Before I begin, I would like to thank Dr. McCaffrey for his service to Noblesville over the past 6 years. Please join me in thanking him with a round of applause. Thank you. Till this day, we have been celebrated for our actions. For most of our lives, we have learned to find fulfillment in what we do, winning that tournament, acing that test, or completing that challenging project. In fact, we have heard throughout our lives that actions, what we do, are louder than words, what we say, so more doing and less saying. I mean, the sense of accomplishment that we found through our actions was motivating after all. It got us far. It got us all the way here. However, today, I would like to persuade you of something that is a bit counterintuitive, the power of not your actions, but instead, the power of your voice. I grew up in India, immigrating to the United States with my family at the age of 8. As the eldest son of South Asian immigrants, I'm the first one in my family with the opportunity to attend college. My parents, unable to speak English, it felt at times as though I had even more than one voice. I translated for my parents everywhere, helping voice their thoughts and ideas within this new and unfamiliar culture. I shouldered responsibilities that were typically handled by the parents of kids my age, filling out healthcare forms learned at the age of 8, comprehending utility bills done, talking to complete strangers accomplished. My parents left behind everything so that I would never lack anything. Even still, their unpayable sacrifices and hard work couldn't stop us from constantly having to move, going from living in small hotel rooms in the middle of nowhere to moving overnight, not knowing our next destination. However, the struggles amidst these moments were never louder than the opportunities that I got to voice myself. It did not stop there, though. In fact, over the last 4 years, I've been living here with my uncle and aunt, moving away from my parents in search of the better educational opportunities that I would receive here, all because I voiced myself. Shout out to my uncle and aunt for always treating me like their own son, never their nephew. Also, a very special shout out and a heartfelt thank you to my cousin sister Matri for not only loving me as her very own brother since birth, but also for not leaving my side for even a minute when I underwent an unexpected emergency surgery this past Friday. So reflecting on the series of events that I experienced this past weekend, I encourage you to please take a moment today to appreciate and thank your families, because you may not understand how much their love really means to you until you find yourself rushed into the operating room, unsure of what is next. Now, coming to talk about my parents, cannot even express in words the sacrifices that they have made so that I could get the opportunities that they never received. They did not once think about themselves, not even when they were racially labeled or called things that cannot be repeated. They tolerated it all so that I can openly dream about the future that I aspire to attain, something they never got. Presently, we are in a moment of intense division in the nation over the topic of immigration. I see pain and unrest in immigrant children around our age and even much younger than us that are being forcefully separated from their parents as I speak. But it is in moments like these that the true power of our voice becomes paramount. Perhaps we don't know how it actually feels to be targeted, wrongfully labeled as criminals. Maybe we don't know what it is like to have our parents snatched away from us, having to live every second in fear and uncertainty. The part often overlooked when delving into the great divide of opinions concerning immigration is that immigrants, regardless of if they are documented or not, are people too. People with aspirations, people with struggles, people with voices. Let this be a reminder that there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of voices with preconceived ideas and expectations against you, trying to mold your voices into theirs. But all you need is your voice, a powerful tool that will never leave your side. If there is one thing you get out of this, let it be to speak up and voice yourself, because doing so creates space for learning, leading, and a willingness to stand up for what is right. So do actions always really speak louder than your voice? I think not, because I am empowered to approach moments of uncertainty while standing up, not sitting down. Speaking up can be uncomfortable, but I implore you to jump into this discomfort and embrace it, learning that it is better to speak than remain silent, or worse, be silenced. In saying that, I would not only like to dedicate this speech to my parents and family, whom I cannot thank enough for their sacrifices in giving me these valuable opportunities, but I would also like to devote this to those immigrant kids out there that feel like they will never be able to escape, because little do you know, your future is not defined by your past, nor by the labels given to you, but instead, your future is defined by your voice. Thank you and congratulations.
This day is fragile, soon it will end, and once it has vanished, it will not come again. So let us love with a love pure and strong before this day is gone. This day is fleeting when it slips away. Not all our money can buy back this day. So let us pray that we might be a friend before this day is spent. Oh, this day wicked man is golden. Let us show love. This day is ours for one moment. Let us This day is frail, it will pass by. So before it's too late to recapture the time, let us shift off. Let us shift time before this day is gone. Before this day is
Dr. Heil, Dr. McCaffrey, members of the school board, members of the faculty, and friends and family in the audience. As the Director of Counseling at Noblesville High School, I certify to each and all of you that these members of the class of 2025 who are present have met the requirements of the state of Indiana, as well as those of Noblesville schools, and are to be awarded their diplomas and declared graduates of Noblesville High School.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, and members of the board, as superintendent of Noblesville Schools, I declare the members of the class of 2025 who are present to be graduates of Noblesville High School. Congratulations.
Marjorie Lambert. Marjorie. Marjorie. Marjorie Lambert. Marjorie Lambert. Marjorie Lambert.
Victoria Adams. Vaibhav Patel.
Yadi Patel.
Mallory Stewart.
Lily Farazi.
Sylvia Vanette. Ani Abrahaman. Dakota Acker. Anna Ackerman. Molly Adams. Adelina Aguiar. Rend Alasil Alchalabe. Kylie Alanis. Matthew Albaugh. Toby Alexander. William Alexander. Benjamin Allen. Dynasty Allen. Faith Allen. Carter Allison. Graham Allman. Robert Alvarez Larez. Addison Alvis. Ellie Anderson. Emma Anderson. Nathaniel Anderson. Olivia Anderson. Carlos Andrade. Christina Andrews.
Wesley Christ.
Camille Rollins Wright.
Andrew Shaw.
Adam Angelicio. Carlos Argueta. Devin Armano Kernut. Max Arnold. Basil Ashur. Montgomery Atkins. Oluwatomini Otobatelli. Kate Augsburger. Lillian Alt. Isla Avery. Alana Avery. Bill Avia. Marin Axum. Isaac Bailey, James Bailey, Eliana Baisa, Abram Baker, Kedrick Baker, Maya Baker, Mason Baker Rivera, Haley Ballard, Avery Baltimore, Tiffany Banks, Samuel Baptista Cardenas, Bodie Barnes, Jaden Barnes, Kylie Barnett, Chloe Bass, Finn Bateman, Rosemarie Batista Taryn, Marin Baum, Quincy Beal, Mason Beamer, Dwayne Beasley, Sarah Buppertui Marrero, Colin Beaverson, Logan Beckman, Asher Becky, Lily Becky, Ebby Beer, Jessica Beer, Joshua Belmer, Abigail Bea, Anthony Benetti, Michael Bennett, Clayton Bensinger, Claire Bergdahl, Molly Bergeron, Lillian Burnett, Max Beasy, London Bibbs, Elise Biddle, Ethan Belansky, Sanai Bills, Peyton Black, Rylan Black, Sadie Black, Keegan Blazik, Lexi Blevins, Keegan Bloss, Xavier Blower, Deborah Bodum, Luke Bodinas, Victoria Bolton, Samuel Boos, Ethan Botorf, Chris Boucher, Avery Bowen, Kayla Bowen, Lindsay Bowman, Jack Bradley, Julia Bradley, Lillian Bragg, Ashley Braniff, Jack Brenneman, Aiden Brewer, Nehemiah Bridgewater, Caden Bright, Serena Brillinger, Charlie Brockelman, Delaney Brockelman, Grantlin Brown, Kira Brown. Logan Brown. Ross Brown.
Cammie Brownson. Evelyn Rose Birch. Isabel Burnett. Caleb Burns. Brandon Burt. Skylar Butler. Brian Bisdell.
Aiden Caudell. Mallory Cahill. Lola Kane.
Aiden Campbell. Nolan Campbell.
Francelise Castillo Estwick.
Elizabeth Cecil. Gabriel Chavez Pedrianes. Elijah Chevrolet. Natalie Childs. Maria Chirinos Baptista. Santiago Chirinos Salima.
Avery Hoodkey.
Sophia Christie. Georgia Clark. Ryan Clark. Sydney Clark. Nicholas Clausen. Lillian Clock. Evan Cochran. Lisa Coleman. Fabiana Colmenares Betancourt. Madeline Kalunga.
Wes Comer.
Ella Conrad. Jalen Cook Nettles.
Emma Coolball.
Addison Kuhlman. Brinkley Cooper. Haley Cooper. Patrick Cooper. Trevor Corbett. Ethan Corlett. Stephanie Cosand. Brooklyn Couch.
Shepherd Coyne.
Isabel Craig. Jaden Kreider. Robert Cross. Camilla Cruz. Yasmina Cruz Sanchez. Emma Seek. Camille Curry. Marjorie Karup Watsong. Claire Cusin. Hannah Cutler. Nathan Daniels.
Terry Davidson Jr.
Adam Davis. Daniel Davis. Kari Davis. Luke Davis. Maddox Davis. Sydney Davis. Isabel Dawes. Sanaya Dawson.
Brooklyn Detai.
Matthew Dean, Alexia DeBrune,
Lance Decker,
Benjamin Deemer, Claire DeRolf, Owen Devaney, Ava Diamante,
Joshua Diamante,
Mariel Diaz Munoz, Brooke Dinius, Mateo De Rosa, Eli Disser, Riker DeMonico, Emerson Doherty, Caleb Draper, Emma Duell, Jonathan Duell, Lydia Dumas, Bella Duncan, Reagan Duncan,
Liliana Dunn,
Mariah Durham, Harrison Durham, Macy Duval, Hudson Early, Anna Eggleston, Tharwat Eldakar, Addison Emerson, Shayna Engel, Bryce Englert, Noah Epp, Milana Irvin, Caleb Eschbaugh, Gael Esquada Herrera, Paige Ewan, Grace Farahan, Jenna Faust, Mia Feigl, Ethan Feliciano, Wyatt Felix, Grant Fellows, Caitlin Ferguson, Kevin Fernandez Inciarte, Ander Figueroa Perozo, Lauren Fisher, Brody Fisher, Michael Flannery, Cadence Fleck, Alexander Flint,
Jacqueline Flores,
Lauren Flynn, Riley Flynn, Mason Foltz, Jack Foster,
Trenton Foster,
Sophia Frank,
Malachi Fraser,
Henry Fruman, Kendall Freiling,
Anthony Fuentes,
McCoy Folk, Ashley Foltz, Jillian Gale, Tex Galloway, Rebecca Garber, Adam Gaskill, Lindy Galt,
Chelsea G. Justin G.
Reagan Gentry Wilkinson, Parker Gehrig, Tahira Gibson, Emma Gidman,
Valentina Hill Malavar,
Isaiah Gilbert, Joseph Glander, Emma Glatt,
Atlas Gleaves,
Lucas Gleam, Ariana Goff,
Gabriel Galler,
Antonio Gomez, Carlos Gomez, Stephen Gonzalez, Jacob Gordon, Kent Gordon, Nathaniel Goss,
Grace Graham, Brianna Gray, Brooklyn Grayson, Serenity Green, Richard Greer, Jackson Griffin, Michael Grutoff, Jaden Gruber, Ryder Golden, Broderick Gump, Gianna Gunderson, Noah Goodrider, Gerardo Guzman,
Maxwell Hobble,
Luke Hagelskamp, Jacob Hall,
Elena Haggard,
Destiny Hamilton, Joseph Hammond, Reed Haney, Alyssa Hantelman, Talisa Hardaway, Benjamin Harmeyer, Ella Harris, Moses Harris, Periana Harris, Abigail Harrison, Gage Hart, Rihanna Hartman,
Gabrielle Hassan,
Brady Hatful, Keegan Hoy,
Andy Havener,
Ellery Haywood, Charles Hazelrig,
Liam Hebert,
Cooper Hedges, Tilly Helms, Aiden Helton, Merrick Helvey, Jacob Hendricks, Gideon Henning, Gavin Hepburn, Peyton Herendine, Graciela Hernandez, Jonathan Hernandez, Natalie Hicks, Mason Hill, Savannah Hill.
Sydney Faye Hellicky.
Jackson Height.
Alex Homan.
Samantha Homan. Chase Holland. Brandon Holmes White. Ella Honeycutt. Brady Hoover. Madison Hopper. Caitlin Horbett. Blake Horn. Emily Horn.
Corbin Hornickel.
Noah Hoselton.
Evangeline Howard.
Vincent Howard. Aiden Howell. Molly Howell.
Ayla Howry.
Sydney Howell. Mateo Hoyos. Blaze Huber. Keegan Huber. Annabelle Hudson.
Francisco Huesca Santana.
Nicholas Huss.
Kai Hutchinson.
Talon Hutton.
Sophia Ibanez.
Chase Isles. Trey Insco. Aurora Irwin. Caden Jackson. Hunter Jackson. Mason James. Sarah Jelly. Gabriella Jellison.
Declan Jensky. Riley Jester. Zoe Jiang. Emmanuel Jimenez Ramirez. Braylon Johnson. Ian Johnson. Silas Johnson. Avon Jones. Shania Jones. Xavier Jones. Zion Jones. Holly Jordan. Adam Jouari. Layla Kadura. Robert Kamal. Kashal Pedmakar Kamhambetu.
Lily Kane.
Lily Kanoski. Drew Conte. Kyson Kappas. Nolan Cashman.
Harnor Kaur.
Joshua Kozlik. Liam Kavanaugh. Hope Kazmierski. Caitlin Keenan.
Isaac Kiner.
William Keller. William Kenley.
William Carini.
Grady Ketchum. Gavin Keatring. Alexandria Key. Bashir Kyrie. Ilya Kalzov. Stephen King. Logan Kingston. Gracelyn Kinnaman.
Torin Kinser.
Sarah Kinslow. Lauren Kinsey. Ashlyn Kirkman. Alex Kitko. Aiden Kless.
Corey Klimek. Aaron Kinner. Marta Null. Brighton Coteen.
Aiden Kramer. Apollo Kring. Michael Lady.
Nathan Lamantia.
William Landers. Daniel Larson. Natalie Law. Jessica Lawrence. Hunter Leach. Caitlin Leach. Samantha Leach. Dressler Leon Chavez. Vivian Lester. Wyatt Lewis. Darren Lytle. Ryan Lindsay. Braden Livingston. Evangeline Lockhart. Owen Lockhart. Bailey Long. Rosnell Lopez Eswick. Haver Lopez Cow.
Giancarlo Lord.
Presley Lout. Ava Lowe. Elizabeth Lozano Aguilar. Aaron Luganville.
Christopher Luma.
Jacob Lysick. Chloe Messias. Mary McInnes. Maya Main. Kelly Maldonado Gonzalez.
Manat.
Bailey Mann.
Karina Monzo.
Oliver Mark. William Markovich. Alexander Marshall. Riley Marshall. Anthony Mathis. Ava Mattingly. Landon Mays, Landon McArdle, Thomas McAvoy, Olivia McCaffrey,
Ava McCachran,
Michael McKay,
Kalia McLaurin,
Zachary McMichael, Bryce McNew, Ashlyn McNitt, Jackson McQueenie, Owen Medley, Zoe Medley, Eleanor McGinnis, Isabel Meyer, Juan Mejas, Sarah Mendez,
Emerson Menjivar, Gabriel Logan Menjivar,
Tony Mazzetta,
Adam Mahedby, Max Midkiff,
Sydney Miles, Addison Miller, Elijah Miller, Ella Miller, Hannah Miller,
Carson Miller,
Kira Miller, Lexi Miller, Lila Miller,
Maxwell Miller,
Tanner Miller, Addison Meissner, Corinne Mitchell, Emily Mitchell, Charlotte Moyes, Carter Montgomery, Benjamin Moreno, Audra Morton, Olivia Motes,
Cameron Mullen,
Daniel Munoz, Miles Musselman, Hunter Myers, Leo Myers, Nevaeh Nash, Gracie Navarro, Jude Neville, Lena Nazaire,
Ronnie Neal,
Brianna Nelson, Seth Newberry, Elias Newton,
Lydia Ngoma,
Talon Nicholson, Chloe Nanetti, Kayla Noble, Amelia Noel, Johnny Nolan,
Riley Novinger,
Gracie Obrimski,
Israel Oladipopo,
Ethan Oliver, Olivia Olszewski, Keaton Orff, Kaylani Ortiz Rosa, Victoria Oswald, Owen Ott, Callie Otto, Jace Alden, Stephanie Alden, Tristan Packard, Penelope Page,
Zane Panning, William Parks, Addison Para, Raiden Patrick, Alexi Pearson,
Nicholas Pena,
Kason Pepperman, Aldo Perez Aurelio, Zachary Peter, Clara Peters, McKenna Peterson Petty, Casey Petgrave, Nicholas Flederer, Marilyn Ferris, Emerson Phillips,
Corey Pedrak,
Nathan Pimpton, Danya Pinion Matamoros, Dominic Pisano, Atlee Pittman, Connor Place, Maya Ponto, Lillian Puzer, Bianca Popa, Anthony Pratt, Mason Pressitz, Lydia Pressler,
Megan Proctor, Alana Puckett,
Sean Rabin, Colton Ragsdale, Connor Rarig, Marteza Rajabi, Ashley Ralph, Aiden Ramsey, Kamani Ramsey, Sophie Reagan, Ava Redding, Caitlin Reese, Christian Reeves, Yasmin Regalado Bajorquez,
Logan Reichel,
Rex Renner, Henry Reno, Woorid Reslin,
Hayden Reesner,
Ariana Resto, Miranda Ricardo, Caden Rice, Gavin Richardson,
Jasa Richardson,
Aiden Ricketts, Tegan Riley.
Tyler Ringholtz.
Ella Rinker. Owen Rinker. Ian Ripley. Layla Rivera Guzman. Richard Rivera Nava.
Ethan Rivers.
Miles Robbins. Haley Roberts. Hannah Roberts. Kaylee Roberts. Emily Robinson. James Robinson. Jameson Robinson. Valentina Rodriguez Perella. Alexandra Rodriguez Ramirez. Olivia Rogers. Catherine Rollins. Hannah Ropty. Mason Rose. Stella Raudabush.
Megan Rowley.
Hallie Rucker. Rodrigo Ruiz Pinto. Delaney Rundle. Gabrielle Rupert.
Alyssa Roos.
Thomas Russ.
Zoe Russo.
Sharif Sadaka.
Anas Saka. Max Sala. Noel Salem. Ulysses Sanchez.
Benjamin Sandal.
Noah Sanders. Cole Sanquinetti. Julia Santieri. Deacon Scase.
Connor Shelley.
Tyler Schmeichel. Natalie Scholl. Nolan Scholl.
Amy Schoonover.
Cole Schott. Ileana Shoup. McKenna Schultz. Xavier Schultz. Tanner Schwartz. Madeline Scruggs. Rowan Segner. Chloe Sells. Nicholas Shepard.
Adam Sherrill.
Jacob Schertzer. Phoebe Sherwood. Karis Shields. Jack Shinneman. Eden Short. Mohammed Stewie. Brielle Seifert. Hope Sichtberg. Damian Simpkins. Anthony Sinclair. Jasnoor Singh. Prabveer Singh.
Ashley Sip.
Nicholas Sislove.
Renee Small.
Andrew Smith. Jackson Smith. Casey Smith.
Madeline Smith.
Madeline Smith.
Olivia Smith.
Sullivan Smith. Drew Smitherman. Jalen Snell. Chloe Snyder. Dylan Snyder. Olivia Snyder.
Ella Sohaki.
Courtney Soder.
Jesse Soja.
Rosalia Sokup.
Ireland Speak. Kiona Spencer.
Lucy Springer. Henry Saintange. Ashlyn Stanley. Megan Stanley. Bryson Stevens. Logan Stepke.
Rose Starrett.
Charles Stevenson. Emily Stevenson. Gavin Stewart. Bailey Stooksbury. Brock Stooksbury. Ryan Storm. Jack Strong. Blake Struck.
Colton Suhan. McKinley Sutterfield. Caitlin Sutton. Patigal Suyave.
Chelsea Swaney. Zachary Swanson. Cadence Swart. Carter Swift. Jordan Tamimi. Aaron Taylor.
Addison Taylor. Morgan Taylor. Ethan Teagan. Connor Templin. Alicia Terry. Allison Ty. Adeline Thomas.
Kale Thompson.
Dane Thompson. Emma Thompson. Delaney Tyranny. Justin Tamal Sandoval.
Israel Josh Tiwa Pampu.
Meredith Tipner. Francisco Tobar.
Brittany Tochimani.
Cademan Todd.
Angelo Torres Wiedemann.
Ryan
Townsend. Nora Tron.
Exley Tricker.
Mackenzie Trimber. Carter Triplett. Jamera Trotter. Morgan Trowbridge. Shaylin Turner. Alex Yu. Jackson Untham. Elias Underhill. Brady Unger.
Demonae Upshaw.
Ava Upton. Luis Valaseos Verpa. Isabella Van Arsdale. Claire Van Osdal.
Magnus Vasilis. Ryan Veeder.
Hannah Vose. Owen Vossmeyer. Tashi Wade. Marissa Wagner. David Walters. Maxwell Wambach. Claire Warner. Emily Warner. Jonna Watson. Nash Watson. Amaya Weatherman. Alexander Webster. Josie Wehe. Mitchell Wences Lozano.
Julian Winger.
Andrew Workley. Ethan Werner. Isaiah Westland. Lauren Wheeler. Benjamin Whitaker. Addison White. Kiera White. Corey White. Logan White. Alex Whitted. Callie Witten. Aiden Widget. Abigail Wigger. Draven Wiggins Sandlin.
Indy Wilhelm.
Olivia Willard. Ariana Williams.
Jackson Williams.
Jared Williams. Casole Williams. Caitlin Williams. Luke Williams. Malachi Williams. Riley Williams. Sawyer Williams. Keller Willis. Brooke Wilson. Cade Wilson.
Chase Wilson.
Eleanor Wilson. Noah Wilson. Ella Workner. Fiona Wisniewski.
Susanna Whitman, Samuel Wolf, Corey Wood, Cecilia Wright, Lillian Wright, Isabella Wyatt, Gabriel Xenopoulos, Charles Yankowski, Mo Yasser, L. Yee, M. Yee, Isaac Yost, Anthony Young, Jackson Young, Jade Uri, Brenner Zabrowskis, Reagan Zepp, Marina Zaleva, Charles Zink,
Colin Kreiner,
Ryan Roderman, Alicia White,
The changing of the tassel will signify that we are official graduates of Noblesville High School. With that said, would the class of 2025 please rise? Congratulations to the class of 2025 graduates.